welcome back to the Waves channel. I'm Bradley Denniston, and in this video today, we're going to talk about taming vocal resonance, and we're going to do it the most simple, elegant way you could possibly think of. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a lot of really cool vocal techniques that I use every day, especially when my vocals are sounding different from part to part, and how I can match those up, how to get rid of sibilance and harsh frequencies at the top, because some microphones are just harsh sounding, right? And then also how to clean up boominess and boxiness in a vocal and give you more clarity so you can hear what's going on with the lyrics. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe right now. You're going to get a lot of cool content from some great creators, and I don't want you guys to miss any of that. Let's dive into the video. First off, let's give a listen to the verse vocals, and then I'll jump to the chorus vocals, and you'll hear that they're pretty different.
Give you all my love. You don't feel it, it's just not enough. It's always all or none. I don't see it, I'm just out of touch.
All right, that's the verse vocals, completely dry, a little bit of compression, a little bit of EQ coming into the recording. Now let's jump to the chorus here.
Go ask your heart, how do we survive life? All the big surprise, yeah.
Now, as you can tell, the chorus vocals are pretty kind of boomy, and they're not very clear. I can't really understand them very well. So I want to bring some clarity to those. And for the verse vocals, I want to kind of bring down some of the harshness and the sibilance. When I'm mixing a vocal, I always start with solving the problems and the issues with the recording first. And you're always going to have issues with the recording because not all singers are just really great on the mic. They're not all great recording artists. And I want you to really understand that, because you could be a great singer, performer, but you're just not awesome at recording, so you don't know how to back off the mic or watch your sibilance, etc. So we're going to take care of some of those problems. So let's go into the Curves Equator plugin, and let's do this the easy way. All right, so we'll hit this learn function and we'll have it learn the verse vocal here.
Give you all my love. You don't feel it, it's just not enough.
Great, now we have a little frequency curve of what the vocal is doing. I want to take the shape and I want to keep it warm here. And let's turn the shape all the way up, or maybe back off to like 70% or something. All right. And then the sensitivity, I'm going to bring this up so it really catches the sibilance. And the other thing I'm going to do is turn on the crossover so I can see my multiband processing. And this is just going to allow me to focus in on any harshness like the sibilance area. I know already that this Neumann microphone kind of has a shelf up right around 5K. So I'm going to go to that 5K area from 5 to 12 or so, right? So let's go right around here, and we're going to focus on this area and duck it even more, cut it even more than what it would do just overall. So we could take care of the sibilance. Now let's dial in this threshold here with this big knob here.
Give you all my love. You don't feel it, it's just not enough. It's always all or none. I don't see it, I'm just out of touch.
So it's getting some of that, and now I just want to get really honed in on it. So I'm going to open up the advanced controls here, and let's go into the precision. And the precision is where it's going to hear the sibilance a little bit more precisely. When it hits that S, because it's a hard S, it's going to hear that, and it's going to see it more, as opposed to seeing it more fluent and wider cued, if that makes sense. So let's start to hone in on the frequencies with the precision knob here.
Give you all my love. You don't feel it, it's just not enough. It's always all or none. I don't see it, I'm just out of touch.
All right, now let's A-B that area here. Let's just kind of bring it into the verse a little bit.
You don't feel it, it's just not enough. It's always all or none. I don't see it, I'm just out of touch. I don't feel it, it's just not enough. It's always all or none. I don't see it, I'm just out of touch.
Really nice nice and smooth. Like that's what I like about this plugin is it's really smooth. It just sounds good. So now just for my sake and for your sake, I'm going to throw on some Magma Springs because I love this plugin and this vocal calls for it. So let's do some Magma Springs reverb and just dial this in. The classic setting is awesome on this. And I'm just going to bring the feedback up just a touch and the pre-delay up to about 30 to 40 milliseconds. So that's where I find this really is a sweet spot right in here. And let's take the mix down to, I don't know, 40 or so, and we'll just kind of hear it.
Give you all my love. You don't feel it, it's just not enough. Give you all my love. You don't feel it, it's just not enough.
Sounds so good to me. So now let's go to the chorus vocals because the chorus vocals have a different thing going on. They're kind of boomy and congested, and I'm not really hearing them clear enough. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna open up the Curves Equator and I'm going to just let this learn the curve real quick.
Go ask your heart.
And you can see right away in the vocals, you have this huge buildup here from about 250 to 3K or so, right? Which is where the vocal sits typically. But we wanna kind of clean this up. So I'm gonna go to the flat setting on this one. We're gonna turn the shape all the way up just to start. I'm gonna do this like I have a sledgehammer and I'm like, I'm just breaking bricks, you know what I'm saying? So shape 100%. I'm going to hit the sensitivity pretty good. And then we're gonna take the threshold down.
Go ask your heart. How do we survive life? All the big surprise, yeah. Go ask your heart. How do we survive life? All the big surprise.
Now you want to make it brighter. You want to like kind of adjust it so it's a little brighter and leaning more towards the mids and highs. Just use the tilt function, right? And all we have to do here is just tilt it on the bright side instead of on the low side, right? And then another thing, if you want to dial this in more, go to the crossover, take the low end down because this is all just kind of boom anyway. So let's take the crossover down to, 200 or so. 250, I don't know, somewhere around here. And we'll just kind of bring that down. So it's not, all that sub and the really low stuff, just like cut it as much as possible. Okay, so let's hear this.
Go ask your heart. How do we survive life? Holding you real tight. It's not the love you had in mind. Rolling in my head.
It sits so much better in the mix now. It's like, oh, there's the vocal. It like kind of comes forward as well. And now on the chorus, let's just take the mix up a little bit on the Magma Springs. So we have just a little bit bigger of a world going on. And the pre-delay, I could even just touch that up a little bit. I like to do that to adjust sections. Like if I want the verse to be kind of more in your face and a little bit tighter and drier, I'll do this. And I might even go from a medium to a longer reverb and just kind of mess around with the mix and the feedback. I'll just take it all the way down. Just kind of tweak a couple settings to make it different from the verses, right? So it opens up. All right, so let's hear this real quick. A bead.
Go ask your heart. How do we survive life? All the big surprise, yeah. Go ask your heart. How do we survive life? All the big surprise.
That's a huge difference to me. It sounds way more like a record. It sounds much more clean and open, and yeah, it just feels like a chorus now. It feels like bigger, like a more important part with the vocal. So now we have this vocal on the verse that's much warmer and not as sibilant and harsh and kind of ear piercing, right? Just by using this Curves Equator and messing around with some settings. And we have a chorus vocal that is much brighter, much more open, and much more defined. And that's the beauty of this plugin. It's really whatever you want. You can click one button, let it learn and do it the simple way, or you can really get into all these advanced controls and really tweak the crap out of it and make it your own thing. Now, if you guys have any questions at all about Curves Equator or even just vocal processing in general, drop them in the comments. I hope you guys really liked the video. If you did, please, you know what to do. Show some love on the video. All right, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.